The Los Angeles Lakers missed out on another potential trade target as the Atlanta Hawks landed Kristaps Porzingis in a deal with the Boston Celtics. As blockbuster trades continue to be announced around the association, the Lakers' options are starting to lessen. With the arrival of the NBA draft, fans can expect trade talks to heat up in the coming days. One name being floated in NBA rumors is Miami Heat star center Bam Adebayo. Sports Illustrated's Anthony Pasiala offered a potential trade proposal that has the Lakers making a big splash by landing Adebayo. Los Angeles has to part with fan-favorite Austin Reeves as part of the deal. Here are the full details of the NBA trade pitch. Los Angeles acquires Adebayo and Haywood Highsmith in the blockbuster trade. Miami adds Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and 2 first-round picks, 2026, 2030, in exchange for the star. Let's dive into the pros and cons of this potential deal for the Lakers and Heat. Lakers rumors. Can Los Angeles trade for Heat star Bam Adebayo? It remains to be seen if Reeves plus 2 first-round picks would be enough to pry Adebayo away from South Beach. Los Angeles loses a shooting playmaker but lands the big fish the team has been searching for down low to pair with LeBron James and Luka Doncic. To do so, upgrading their front court this offseason is essential, Pasiala wrote in a June 24, 2025, story titled, Lakers Blockbuster Trade Proposal Sees LA. Go all in by swapping Austin Reeves for $165 million All-Star center. While there are short-term and relatively cheap options in free agency like Clint Capella or Brook Lopez, it shouldn't come as a surprise if the front office goes all in with a blockbuster move to help James and Luka Doncic. Let's answer the question of why Heat team president Pat Riley and company would trade Adebayo. Riley went on record at the beginning of the offseason claiming that the organization would not run it back. After missing out on veteran superstar Kevin Durant, rebuilding seems like a more realistic option than ever before. Heat center Bam Adebayo would be a perfect fit alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Adebayo is set to begin a 3-year, $165 million contract that will run through the 2028-29 season. The star has a player option for the final season of this lucrative deal. Lakers insider Jovan Boha made the case for Adebayo being an ideal fit alongside Doncic and James in Los Angeles. I think he'd be good next to Luka because they're both all-star, all-NBA guys, and they're both smart and they can make it work, Boha explained on an April 28 podcast for Yahoo Sports. I think Bam is not enough of a lob threat for what the Lakers would want. Defensively, he'd be great because he's a great defender, but I don't know if they could get him. From a trade perspective, I don't really see LA having enough to offer to Miami. It remains to be seen how the Lakers' recent sale could impact the team's upcoming roster moves. Los Angeles will need to find a solution at center, even if it does not mean landing a star like Adebayo. Jonathan Kuminga is determined to become an NBA star, a goal that is both understandable and admirable. But his mindset should have the Miami Heat thinking twice about trying to trade for him. The 22-year-old is on the verge of entering restricted free agency, and according to The Athletic's Anthony Slater, the Heat have legitimate interest in acquiring him after missing out on Kevin Durant. Within that same piece, Kuminga lamented his inconsistent role with the Golden State Warriors, while acknowledging he still has every intention of reaching stardom. That's what's been on my mind, Kuminga told Slater of becoming someone who can drive an entire offense. Things take time, but I feel like I'm at the point where that has to be my priority, to just be one of the guys a team relies on. Aiming to be an all-star. Multiple times. Aiming to be great. Wherever I'm going to be at, it don't matter if it's the Warriors or if it's anywhere else, it's something I want. I want to see what I could do. I know I got it. So I want to really see. I've never got that chance. Goal-oriented confidence is nothing to troll, let alone decry. And Kuminga, to his credit, has shown flashes of being an excellent scorer, someone who can generate rim pressure against set defenses, draw fouls, and just generally get buckets. But he has never once sustainably flirted with powering an entire offense. So before Miami commits to a sign-and-trade pursuit, it must first decide whether its own aims align with Kuminga's aspirations. Jonathan Kuminga's all-star aspirations may be a red flag. The Heat should have no qualms about integrating another star into its rotation, especially one who can be the driving force of an entire offense. The problem? Kuminga isn't that player. This past season, the Warriors' offense ranked in the 3rd percentile of efficiency when he played without Stephen Curry. During those minutes, Kuminga saw his efficiency plummet on twos, going from a 53.6% conversion rate with Steph to a 48.9% clip without him. His three-point percentage, meanwhile, hovered just below 32% in either case. While this isn't an end-all measurement of JK's skill, it is fairly telltale, particularly when you consider so many of these stretches came against opposing bench units rather than starters. For as talented as he can be at getting to the basket, Kuminga remains reliant on the spacing, shot-making, and facilitation of others to get his buckets. What's more, he has seldom shown the ability to set up scoring opportunities for others. Among 87 players who matched Kuminga's usage rate, 23.4, while logging at least 1,000 total minutes over the past 4 seasons, his assist percentage ranks 75th. And out of 103 players who finished at least as many drives last season, 381, Kuminga's pass percentage placed 86th. The Heat aren't built to help Jonathan Kuminga transform his game. If Kuminga is going to even approach stardom, he needs to materially branch out and hone his weaknesses on the offensive end. For that to happen, he has to land with either a rebuilding squad or a team that has a top-tier table setter to help streamline his development. Right now, the Heat check neither of those boxes. They haven't stripped it down enough to enter a rebuild, and they continue to need a complete reset at the point guard position. Adding Kuminga to the fold does nothing to clarify Miami's direction. On the contrary, it stands to worsen current circumstances. He will cost assets and financial flexibility to obtain without having a star's impact on the win column because he's not a star. And as things currently stand, the Heat aren't set up to help him become one either. ESPN's Brian Windhorst has sparked speculation about the Miami Heat's future moves, suggesting a strategic wait for a bigger prize than Kevin Durant. In a recent appearance on The Rich Eisen Show, Windhorst noted that teams, including possibly the Heat, are holding back assets, hinting at a larger target. I'm reacting off teams' actions. When you see teams not go after KD to save their assets for something bigger, Windhorst said, leaving fans and analysts guessing. The implication? The Heat might be eyeing Giannis Antetokounmpo, despite recent trade proposal setbacks due to limited assets. Windhorst's comments align with the Heat's history of bold moves, but also highlight the challenges posed by their current roster and draft capital constraints. Pat Riley's cautious approach, as Windhorst suggests, could be a calculated risk, banking on Antetokounmpo's potential willingness to leave the Milwaukee Bucks. This theory gains traction given the Heat's reputation as a desired destination for stars, as shown by LeBron James signing with them in the 2010 free agency. However, the feasibility of such a move remains uncertain, with the Heat's ability to outbid other contenders in question due to the assets they may view as untouched. After failing to put up a sufficient enough offer to land superstar forward Kevin Durant, Pat Riley and the Heat have lost a significant amount of momentum in the NBA offseason thus far. Windhorst's insight reignites hope among Heat fans, but also underscores the high-stakes and unpredictable nature of NBA trades. As the offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on Miami's next big play.